Now, the general weather around Alaska.
Hi everyone, Meteorologist Joel Curtis with your Alaska weather. These are forecasts issued Wednesday, September 24th. Starting out with our hazardous weather, the one thing that we've got going on is a hurricane force low that should move into Baranof Island on Friday. So there's a high wind watch out for the southern part of the panhandle right now. And that's all the high weather that we have going on right now. A little bit of volcanic ash in the far western Bering Sea, blowing out to sea from the Kamchatka volcanoes. Other than that, today is our developmental day for the weather, and then Friday will be the impact day when the weather systems are fully developed. So let's take a look at the satellite image. We've got a low down there off of Kodiak, full occluded front around it, a secondary low developing up in northeastern Siberia, another system north of Udiagavik, and a little bit of weather in the eastern interior, just a few snow showers or rain showers. And then we have that streak that you see south of Adak is the jet stream. So one more time, let me play you can see the circulation around the low in the Gulf of Alaska, and plenty of cells out there. So there has been some lightning this morning and going into this afternoon. So here's tonight's weather. Low in the center of the Gulf, due south of Seward, 986 millibars. There are some thunderstorms out there, and a few have made landfall in the eastern half of the Gulf. A couple of troughs moving down across the Aleutians in the Alaska Peninsula. That secondary system up in northeastern Russia that will develop, and it leads to with a front up to a low 992 millibars north of Udiagavik. On Thursday, we can see that low is starting to drop down. It's still over northeastern Siberia. It's got a pair of fronts associated with it, 997 millibars. Frontal system attaches to another low, 996 millibars, north of Udiagavik. The old low hasn't filled very much in the central Gulf of Alaska, 986 millibars, and a couple of troughs. But cast your eyes upon the low 1002 on the very edge of the southern edge of the weather map that I've drawn here. 1002 millibars, and then also we're still indicating chance of thunderstorms, generally isolated, but all across the Gulf of Alaska. And then snow in higher terrain and rain at lower elevations. So for our Friday's weather, there's that low, 971 millibars, moving into Baranof Island. I can't draw enough black lines around that low to show you how deep it is, but it's rapidly deepened thanks to the jet stream from 1002 to 971. Again, thunderstorms in the Gulf associated with the cold air behind that front that extends due to the south. Also, the low that's been hanging around in the central to northern Gulf is now 991 over Cook Inlet. And then that secondary low has dropped down from Siberia to 990 near Nunivak Island. Full occluded front around that, and there should be some pretty strong winds, especially for the maritime areas on the backside of that system. And a trough has moved in the Arctic over to Northwest Territories and the upper Yukon Territories. So for Saturday's weather, that low that was near Nunivak Island drops back into the Gulf, and deep is going to be about 985 millibars with a full occluded front. Plenty of unstable air with this system, so we're still indicating thunderstorms in the Gulf of Alaska. Rain all along the Gulf coasts, snow at higher elevations as you get into the Wrangell-St. Elias Mountains, and then a few skiffs of snow in the central interior on up to the Brooks Range and all along the Alcan. And then a whole new system is entering the picture from the west, 990 north of Shimia as a triple point, and a big strong system further to the east. This next system will have a little bit of tropical air in it. So looking at our low temperatures Thursday morning. Temperatures right around freezing, maybe little bit lower along the north slope, in the teens into the Brooks Range. Then as we get into the 20s and 30s, and when we get into the central interior, 30s along the west coast, 40s for south central, 40s over in the panhandle, with maybe a reading or two in the lower 50s there. And then as you go out the Alaska Peninsula, low temperatures in the 40s, 49 for Shimia. And then for Thursday afternoon, temperatures above freezing for the north slope, but still below freezing for the Brooks Range, and then lots of 40s all across the state until you get down into south central, where our max temperatures will be in the 50s, as well as in the 50s for southeast Alaska. But then there's still some cooler air that's out over the Bering Sea, 40s and lower 50s out there. And then for Friday morning, we've got, again, temperatures slightly below freezing along the north slope, raising up into the 20s and lower 30s in the central interior. Any place you get clear skies, it's going to drop down below freezing up there. Temperatures in the upper 30s and 40s in southwestern Alaska, 40s as you go out the Alaska Peninsula for the Pribilofs, and 51 for Shimia, starting to feel a little of that tropical air coming. And then for southeast Alaska, temperatures well into the 40s for our lows. And then for Friday afternoon, for southeast Alaska, the temperatures well into the 50s, including a 58 for Ketchikan, 55 for Yakutat. Other than that, 40s and 50s in south central. As you go north, temperatures in the 40s. Still in the 20s for the Brooks Range. As we get up to the north slope, temperature slightly above freezing, maybe the mid 30s or so. And then out west in the 40s, and then you start to get into the 50s. Shimia warming up to the 54 on Friday afternoon. Again, feeling that tropical air moving up from the south. For our 6 to 10 day outlook, we have for September 30th to October 4th a slight chance of below normal temperatures for much of mainland. Then it drops off to about normal, so could go either way. A little bit above temperature for the eastern Kenai Peninsula on over to the Alcan border. Otherwise, normal temperatures there. And then for our precip, a slight chance of above normal for the Kenai Peninsula, Anchorage, and on over into southeast Alaska. Otherwise, normal precipitation for the 6 to 10 day. And then for the 8 to 14 day, October 2nd to October 8th, above normal temperatures are predicted from Fairbanks on down to Yakutat, Anchorage, Kodiak, and then the Panhandle. Otherwise, mostly normal temperatures, maybe a little bit above normal into the Bering Sea. So thank you all very much for tuning in. Please stay safe out there, and thank you.